welcome to your reading for April the 13th through April the 19th. I'm so sorry for not being around for a while. I have been ill, as most of you know. If you're new, I have not been well with this coronavirus, and I am making a slow recovery, hence me not on our screen. I really am not up to looking pretty. And I'm not a pretty sight, so it's best to be off screen, I think, for now. This is for your sun, moon, and rising, Taurus. And I'm Mary Trimble, your astrologer and tarot card reader here to give you your readings. And I'm doing this format a little differently. I am going to also give you your astrology horoscope. And I'm going to let you know which area of your life you are being. So it's a little bit more detailed, but I'm off screen, which makes it easier for me. Okay, so this is for Taurus. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Taurus for this week of the 13th of April through the 19th? 3 cards for Taurus. 1, 2 more cards for Taurus, please. 2. 1 more card for Taurus, please. There we go. Okay. Oh, lovely. And that goes there. There. Okay, so now we are going to do the clarifying cards for Taurus. Put that there. These are clarifying cards for Taurus. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Taurus for this coming week? Let's clarify the 8 of Swords now. 1. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Beautiful. We're going to clarify the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands. There it is. And we're going to clarify the King of Swords. There it is. Lovely. All right, so I want to talk a little about the astrology going on for you guys too this week for your horoscope. And you have the sun moving into your sign on Sunday the 19th. Happy birthday, Taurus. You know, there's so many Taurians in my life. My father was a Taurus, and his birthday was May the 2nd. My lovely son is a Taurus, and his birthday is May the 5th. His father was a Taurus, May the 17th. And, gosh, so many Taurus. I'm going to miss some if I think about it. But I know that Susana Alvarez, she's a Taurus. Happy birthday. And Benny Soto, my dear friend Benny Soto, it's his birthday. I can't remember the actual date. I want to say the 19th, but I might be wrong. He's a Taurus. And also my 2 lovely friends, Paul and James, Paul Black and James Lambolia. And they are both Taurus, and their birthdays on the very same day, I think, or similar. I don't know. I can't really remember. But anyway, happy birthday. And if I've forgotten anybody, I'm sure you'll remind me, and I'll be able to say that to you in the coming weeks. So the first card out for you guys is the 8 of Swords, right? And of course, the 8 of Swords is about feeling restricted, and that's not surprising, right? Because we're in quarantine, most of us, and this is feeling stuck. This is an illusion of being stuck, because, think about all the creative things that you can do. And I was saying earlier that the wonderful thing that's happening right now is that Mother Nature is getting a rest. I mean, the air smells sweeter and cleaner. I mean, if you can't go out, I can walk my dog. So I'm fortunate that I can spend some time in the park with my dog. And and let the sun on my face, and I've noticed that the flowers are lasting longer because people aren't around to trample over them or kids playing on them. You know, they are flourishing. The birds are singing. I mean, it's just a beauty. It's just love it. Nature is doing so well, and there's not so many airplanes, so we have much cleaner air. If you can't get outside, open the windows, put your face up to the sun, and let the sun kiss your. Sit on a fire escape if you're in the city, or go in the garden, or whatever way you can get to let the sun shine on your face. Do it. However you can do that. Now, when the Eight of Swords comes up, this is an illusion. It's a feeling of being stuck. But I want to tell you what's happening for you that's really beautiful astrologically this week for you. You have Mars in Aquarius in your house of career and how you're presenting yourself to the world and your and work, right? The 10th house, and it is in a beautiful alignment with Venus, which is the archetypal lover to Mars. Mars and Venus are the archetype lovers, right? So there's this gorgeous relationship between the two. It's called a trine. That's harmonious, and Venus is in your house of income. When Venus is in your house of income, that is blessing your income. So you are receiving money. Somehow things are changing for you, but in a beautiful way, I think, career-wise. But I think there's some kind of what do I want to say? There's some kind of activity. It's like you're feeling inspiration to perhaps earn money in a different way, but I feel that you are presenting yourself and your career very differently. I know my friend who he's a Taurus. What he's doing a cocktail hour every day, and it's really fabulous. And it's really informative. He's doing it in a very different kind of way, and I love it. So he's a concierge and he's furloughed. So he's doing that and he's getting unemployment. So that's what a lot of people are in this situation where they're getting hopefully some finances from the government, and they can focus on, or their own their unemployment insurance, and they can focus on doing something creative and different during this time. This is a wonderful time to expand your horizons. And look, the next card out, clarifying it, is the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is about, it's like inspiration. It's a spark that can light a flame, that can set a fire ablaze, right? So it is, the potential for this is incredible. So look, during this time where you feel stuck, and perhaps you're feeling cabin fever, it's time to think of new and exciting ways to perhaps create some wealth. This is opportunity, right? So you can perhaps come up with some brilliant ideas right now. And what's interesting is you have the sun is moving into your sign, and you've had Uranus moving through your first house. So that's about you, your ego, and some surprising changes are happening. You are changing in a very visceral way for the next 6-7 years, right? As Uranus travels through your sign. It can be disconcerting at times, but it can also be fabulously surprising. So wonderful opportunities. Act on your ideas is what I would say for this. Because of this beautiful Mars in your 10th house of career and profession. Now, you also, at the same time, on Sunday, you have this conjunction between the moon and Neptune in your house of friendship and community. So this is a beautiful time to do something quite, first of all, it's very intuitive. And perhaps you are, like my friend is doing this beautiful online, he's a Taurus and he's doing these online cocktails, and he's doing it on Instagram and Facebook. And so this is a beautiful blessing. It's a beautiful way to tune in. It's a magnetism too, because the moon is exalted in your sign, and we are coming up to a new moon next week. The week after next, on the, I think it's the 25th. Is it? No, the 22nd, Wednesday the 22nd, we have a new moon in Taurus, and that's magnetic and beautiful opportunity for new beginnings. Now, I will say that Pluto on the 25th is going to go retrograde, right? I'm going to show you the next card first, which is, what's happening here? Oh, my phone died. Why? Okay. So my macro view has gone. So I can't do a close-up of the cards right now because something's up with my phone. I don't know. It's not charging for some reason. We'll sort that out later. Anyway, the next card up for you is the Three of Pentacles. Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is having an optimistic and positive, an optimistic, positive view of your future. It's about seeing things. It's also about making long-term optimistic plans, right? So plan for the future, plan for something that's exciting. I think this beautiful idea is something that you need to kind of work on. And you have clarifying the Three of Wands is the Five of Wands, right? I don't know if that's coming in a little blurred, but the Five of Wands is about conflict. Now, I'm kind of getting that it's an internal conflict. It's within your head. So I think you're vacillating between, fear of the unknown, what's going to happen. It's very hard for Taurus to not know what's going to happen and not feel, secure, because of the situation that we're in. We're not feeling secure, some of us, and this is very difficult for Taurus. So I would suggest, Taurus, that you meditate and really center. And if you can't meditate, I know that some people find it difficult. Go for a walk in the park, be with nature, let your face lift up to the sun and feel the sun's rays. I mean, it's important to take your mind out of that conflictual, it's almost like a loop. I'm getting the word loop for you. So it's like that you're in this loop of, not knowing what the future is going to be. And none of us know when this pandemic is going to flatten out. And I will say that with Pluto slowing down, ready to go retrograde on the 25th, the symbolism from Pluto is being amplified right now, and that's why we are seeing these numbers rise and rise for this pandemic. And some of us are afraid, and some of us are in the moment. And I think that, look, they say that the future is fantasy, the past is a dream, and right now is a gift. That's why we call it the present. So stay in the moment. What's going on right now? Everything's fine right now, right? Everything's okay for now. And, some of us are going through the turmoil of, pain and loss. And that's difficult. For a lot of us. But I will say, please turn the mainstream news off. Please don't sit there and watch the news, because that's going to keep you in pain and fear and turmoil. Because we don't know the truth. So we really need to connect within. We need to go within to where it's quiet, to where we can really kind of reflect. And when Pluto goes retrograde, it's going to be a time that we can reflect, but it needs to pick up speed. So I think perhaps in June, mid-June, we're going to see the light. We'll be able to come out again, I think, by mid-June. I think that the things will lift somewhat by then. So this is, I'm getting for most of you guys, this is internal conflict. And you do have Mercury, which is your, Mercury is the planet of thought and communication. And so remember at this time that you are, if you're held up with a significant other or family members, this is definitely, right? This conflict is definitely going to happen when you're stuck in a very small space with others. So it's really about being creative and figuring out ways to get along, figure out creative ways on how to kind of address these little things that's bothering you all or us all. Right? I have this with my dog. It's driving me nuts. He's so wants to be pet 24/7, I find myself getting a bit irritated with him. I mean, I love him to death, don't get me wrong. But I thought to myself the other day, oh, wow, I mean, it's nothing. I mean, it's a little moment of frustration. I thought, oh, God, people are really feeling this intensely with each other. Now, the next card out is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords he's really like the Justice card. It's all about karma, right? So this is about doing everything for the right reason and for the higher good of yourself and for everyone. So yes, stay at home, social distancing, wear your mask in public, whatever and your gloves, and wash your hands and all that other stuff that we have to take care of ourselves so that we can take care of the whole. Don't visit your your aging grandparents or parents, because they are at risk, and you can video them or call them on the phone or whatever it is that you can do to communicate with them from a distance. It's important not to put them at risk right now. And look, this is the sun, and the sun is coming into your sign, darling. Happy birthday, Taurus. It's your birthday season. So happy birthday. And the sun is very auspicious, right? And look, this is about getting in touch with your inner child. It's hard right now, but allow your inner child to come out and play. Enjoy this. This is about creativity. It's about the inner child. It's about joy. It's about happiness. So I feel that you need to let this child come out and play. So you've got to find creative ways in which to do that. And we do have this conjunction still, and we're going to be feeling it for quite a while with Pluto and Jupiter. So, Jupiter's all about bigger, better, more, optimism. I always think of this as Jupiter too, expansion. So we have to expand the positive. We have to raise our vibration. And because when we raise our vibration, we attract positivity, right? It's like a positive neuron, right? That's what we have to be. We have to be positive. And listen, we can change our way of thinking and how we feel by repetitive, and that's been proven by science, right? So we have to repeat, we have to be in gratitude. Gratitude is known to create happiness, right? So we have to look for the little things that we're grateful for. Like I was in the park and I was so grateful for all the flowers coming out and the birds chirping and the silence. I mean, there's still cars here. I'm in New York City, but not like normal. And there's hardly anyone in the park. There's the numbers are so little. I live in an Asian community, and they really know how to handle these pandemics. They're inside. Then, when they're out, they've got their masks on. They are no joke. They don't mess around, because they have been dealing with this for a while. So we're learning new ways to live. We're learning new ways of existing in this world. So guys, as I said before, I don't know if I said this before, I said it for Aries. This is for your sun, moon, and rising. All the other links to the other videos are below. So check out your sun, moon, and rising, and how to get a personal reading with me. The link to that will be below, and information on my Patreon page and my astrology Facebook group and how to join that. Everything will be below, so check out the description box for more info. Taurus, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful, positive, opportunity-ridden week, full of opportunities, I should say, opportunity-ridden, and that you all stay healthy and happy. Happy birthday, Taurus. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week, hopefully.